Good morning, YouTube. Welcome back to another Saturday morning stream. And we're going to be doing some more Kerbal. Of course. Let's load up our stream load here. Wow, look at our science is getting up there. We're probably about to go get a whole bunch more science too. Problem is, we still need that monies. We need those. I don't know. I think. Oh, hang on here. Stay. Sorry, was paying attention to what was going on in my phone stream there. I guess cut off a little bit of what I said when I first started the stream. Interesting. Well, good morning. Welcome to the stream. We're going to be doing some Kerbal today. So I'm just going to quickly review what we have. 7 active missions. We need to get ScanSat around Mimnus and Gilly and Eve today, hopefully as well. And then maybe whatever other missions we can do to raise some more funds. We're actually 2.2 million, so that's not too far from our goal. Oops, I didn't want to go into the facility. I wanted to clear. There we go. Our goal being, oh man, you can barely read that. That's so hard to read. I wonder if I can change the size. Hope you guys can see that, but that's 3.38 million. I just like to say credits, but the symbol looks like a root symbol, so I think Twitchy calls them roots. And it makes sense. But funds, as far as funds go, we have 2.24. And we've got to launch some things, so that's going to cost some money. So we got to make sure that we make that up. Actually, maybe we don't need to launch anything. That's right. Because if we look in our tracking, first thing you will notice, there's no ships in low Kerbal orbit anymore. No pieces of debris, anyway. We cleaned up 6 pieces with all of our little deorbiters. I showed one of that. I showed that happening at the end of the last stream. We did one of those with the deorbiters. I did the other 5 off stream, and by did them off stream, I mean I came in here and terminated those 5 deorbiters and terminated 5 ships. So, at full disclosure here. Okay. Anyway, I think that's fair because we're trying to save time, and it wasn't on stream anyway. So what's it matter? Nobody was gonna see it, except me, and I didn't care. So anyway, we still need to launch another one and deorbit a whole bunch of these old relays because they're really unnecessary. They're very unnecessary. All those relays are pretty much being taken care of by these couple of relays right here that are leftovers from missions, and that is fine. That really is all we need for the most part. And then maybe something around the moon and something around Mimnus, but we're about to take care of that too. We also have currently a scanning satellite around the moon, but it doesn't. I think that did take care of pretty much everything. I think it did. I think we don't even need to even send the one to the moon. But let's just focus on Mimnus because we still need to scan that one. And to do that, sorry, this is a long roundabout way of doing this. We need to get to a ScanSat Gen 3. But we don't need this one. This is the one that we parked in polar orbit around Kerbal, in an eccentric polar orbit around Kerbal, in an attempt to scan Kerbal fully. We'll check on the status of that in a second here, but this is the one we actually want. There we go. Let's get into there. Hey. Yeah. You just boom. You know, you they have a self. You know, in theory they carry along a little Well, you wouldn't want it to explode, right? You wouldn't want it like a little explosion, because that would just cause a ton of micro fragment satellite things. I mean, in real life, obviously this is a video game, but it's trying to simulate real life as closely as possible, I guess. Sort of. It simulates Kerbal life. Anyway, point being is, if it's gonna have a self-destruct thing in a vessel like that, you would want it to like somehow be able to melt it, like an acid capsule that would just then slowly consume and absorb the vessel, and then somehow either end up being turning solid or turning into some kind of gas and evaporating into space somehow. I don't know if that's even a possibility. You would think that you'd have to break down all the atoms in whatever you need some kind of cold or some kind of fission to break it all down into hydrogen. Anyway, we gotta get this vessel on a tangent there. We gotta get this vessel to Mimnus and the moon, because we might as well go ahead and put one of the satellites is intended for the moon, even though we really don't actually have to have it there now, which is fine. Although the fact that current satellite in the moon is kind of in line orbit with the thing is really nice, though. Pretty much means I can get a radio communication, a good. It's likely that I can have radio communication with almost the entire surface of the moon, based off of that one satellite. Now, I think if I get the other one in an opposing, or going the how would you say that, like 90 degrees to that one. So or 100 or 280. What is it? 270. Yeah, 270. One of those options. All right, so let's get it out there though, which means making a node. And the moon's coming this way, right? Best time to catch it would be right about here. Not too terrible. Add a maneuver. Set the moon as our target. Set as target. We probably don't need to be seeing trash on our... there we go. We don't need to be seeing trash on our navigation. I'm not even sure what is that trash. Moon landing ship debris. Oh, interesting. It's still in orbit of the moon. Interesting. I'll have to send a deorbiter up there to get it. Hint. Wink. Wink, wink. Well, you guys let me know if you want to see more of the deorbiter action. I could maybe do... I would hate to waste the Prime stream for that, but I guess it wouldn't be wasted if everybody wants to see it. I guess we need to set the moon as our target again. I don't know how that happened, but we lost that. Alright, so... actually... whoop. Hey, oh, hey, what? Oop, there we go. Something. Some kind of encounter. Let's just do this. There we go. Some kind of encounter. That's pretty good. Got plenty of delta. Yeah, plenty of and the thing is I just want to kind of leave it in orbit. So I really want to let's see if we can tweak this a little bit. Okay. Does this have any effect? Very little. But that's not bad. Or maybe I should be going this way and this way. Ooh, a little too far. That's what I'm shooting for. Right. Ooh, nope. That's what I'm shooting for right there. Oh, that's not going to help. So I'll probably need to like make some adjustment. Obviously. Oh, you know what I want to do? What I really want to do is I want to get to this as my projected trajectory. Release the satellite that's going to the Mun, and then change the trajectory of the vessel with the transfer vessel, because it'll still have one satellite on it left there. Change that so that we can then get it headed for Mimnus, because that's the important bit. But yeah, and then it's going to be tricky switching back and forth between vessels. Make sure that everything happens the way we want it to happen. But oh, we should have made that. Oof, we're past our. Look at that. We're past our thing. We got it past our node. Didn't even realize we should have actually executed this maneuver already. We're gonna do it. See if we can still. Get close anyway. It'll cost us a little extra probably doing it like this. Let's see where we're at here. Not quite there yet. Let's just go prograde. There it is. Let me just ease it right into where we want to cross our orbit right about there. Alright, that's what we want. But let's point retrograde real quick. Because I'm going to release this satellite. I'm pretty confident it's got enough fuel in it to get itself in orbit there. From with that trajectory, and let's go ahead and undock that. Badink. Okay. Now, actually, I want to go. Ooh. Don't bump it. Don't bump it. Okay, I want to go the other way. I want to. Just gonna go radial out right now. So if I go radial out, I shouldn't interfere with that thing's orbit. Because we undocked from it, there was like no... Oh, I see. I'm like, why does it not want to go where I want it to go? So it's trying to point towards retrograde right now because that's what I told it to do. Okay, just give it just a tiny bit. That's good. We'll warp away from it a little bit. Now we're not in its direct trajectory here. Alright, let's figure out how we can now adjust our orbit so that we can kick out and go to Mimnus. What do I need to do that? I need to make a there we go, add a maneuver. Let's see. What would be the most efficient way to change this? Retrograde? Yeah. Oop, not that much. I would like to still use the moon as a slingshot. Get a little higher orbit before we go to Mimnus. So I would need to get as close to the surface as possible here. But on a yeah, there we go. That looks pretty good. But on a planar thing, whatever. That's not better though. What's going on? That looks worse. Like my projected orbit is worse? I don't know. I can't tell. Maybe I'm going the wrong side of the moon. If I want to kick up. We can figure that out here in a second. Let's try getting closer to the surface though. If we just do that, periaps down. Oof. Does that help us at all? Doesn't look like it does very much. Maybe we're not meeting it on the right side. Let's see if we switch it to the other side, or if we can get it to go to the other side. That's something. Now that's what I'm talking about. That's a slingshot right there. Okay. That's too much slingshot, in fact. That's we're not using, this is not going to take too much of an adjustment either. Too much of a slingshot. How can we get that down to about... Oh, there we go. We can get that slingshot right up to Mimnus's orbit there. Yeah, more or less. A little past it, in fact. That back. How can we adjust this? There we go. And dial it back a little more. Or dial it in a little more. Out. In. Whatever. This direction. Oh, look at that. That's pretty good. That would be pretty good. It'll eventually meet up, right? It will eventually meet up, as long as it doesn't meet up with the moon again before it does. It's not ideal because Mimnus is here, and it's going to take probably a few orbits to catch it. So I have to make some more adjustments, but that's a pretty cheap adjustment there. Let's get on our target node there. Our target. And I probably should wait till I'm pretty close to it. It's just a 4-second burn, but here, what if I do that? If I warp to it, does that help any? Oh, there we can see our other satellite going. Now I'll have to switch to that probably, because once I get this thing to where it's gonna kick up into that other orbit, then it's, you know, I probably can leave it go. You know what else I can do on this now is there's no reason not to have... Oh, is there? Yeah, there's no reason not to have all these solar panels extended. I really should have hotkeyed this. I thought I did, but I guess not. That's only 150 meters away. I can switch to it. There we go. I really need to get back to the other one because it's coming up on its node. But that will definitely ensure that that doesn't run out of power for sure. Oh, yep. Alright. I think that'll be okay. Because that's going to take it out. And it looks like there's going to be a relatively close encounter at some point. You can't tell me exactly. It's probably not telling me exactly when, but we'll figure it out later. I can come back to this once it gets past the moon and that knocks it up into that nice high orbit. Okay. But this isn't the vessel that matters at the moment. Can I switch back to the other one? No, I cannot. Because at this point, we need to follow... Ooh, this is going to be difficult. We need to follow the other satellite. Or stick with it. There it is. Okay. Switch to... Because this one we have to pilot into orbit of the moon, so it don't go flying past and out of the. I don't know where it would end up. Where it would actually end up in a very weird orbit, if we look there. That would not be helpful for anything. But we need to. Set a maneuver. Can I not turn it on? Okay. There we go. It wasn't calculating because the engine wasn't on. Set a maneuver. We want to get... this thing's at the 700. Oh, wow, we actually could have come in at a much higher orbit. Because we really only need to come down into around 700 there. Because I think all of our low altitude scans have already been done. Although, yeah, we'll probably put it like that, and then maybe we'll try to get it to a 700 eventually. We've got plenty of delta, plenty of delta V. 2,200 meters. We only need 200 to get into that orbit, so I think we'll be okay. Which means we could probably go ahead and warp to here. We watch the other satellite go past. Retrograde. Burn time 1 minute and 20 seconds. Okay. It's not too bad. Let's go ahead and I think that's doable. Easy. So 120 would be 40 seconds. T minus 40 seconds to start the burn. That gives me time to drink my coffee and talk to you guys. How you doing, guys? If you're liking the stream, go ahead and hit that like button. We do it every Saturday. At least until we get the, well, the overall goal for the mission of these Kerbal Saturday streams at this point, the Saturday morning stream, is the Indigo Voyager. We'll go take a look at it here in a minute because time has been back. Oh, goodness. Sorry about that. Time has been passing, and they've been processing science in their lab out there as they continue on their journey through the cosmos. Time to hit that engine. T minus 40 seconds right there. On the nose. We can actually just open this little... Oh, actually, I already had it at the interface I wanted, but... slow down and get it to that 700 meter apos. Apopsis. There we go. Those lips to work. Blah. And then I'll actually raise the periaps probably, because like I said, I'm gonna double check here in a second before I do that. I'm gonna double check that we have all of our low altitude scans completed of this astral body. Ooh, I was watching some of that Kerbal 2 video stuff and on the planets and stuff. I think they had a recent release of a video, but yeah, that stuff looks really beautiful. It's gonna be fun to explore that stuff when it comes time. What is this that says that I can do? Infrared telescope. Do it. Transmit that data. Get us some science. Oh yeah, because the other one doesn't have a telescope on it. Of course. We can probably also start object tracking. There we go. What? What's it? Sentinel infrared needs to be activated. Oh, solar orbit. Okay. Well, I guess it doesn't really do anything but look cool on these particular satellite, because they're not going into a solar orbit. Oh well. All right, we can close that window again. Oh well. Okay, we're gonna check on our scanning though. We were gonna check. Wow. Okay, that's interesting. We've actually located a bunch of anomalies on Kerbin, because this is Kerbin we're looking at right here. Bio map of Kerbin. That's not the one we want to check out, but that's nice to know. It is almost entirely scanned. It's not 100% on all, but that's Kerbin. Let's look at the Mun, because that's where we're at. And we've had a satellite in orbit of it much longer. Wow, there's like all kinds of little weird gaps. Well, that's no good. Okay, so... And that's the... I'm not sure which one is that. What are we looking at? Map type. Biome. I have 0% on the anomaly, too. Okay, so there's stuff to scan at the... There's stuff to scan at the lower altitude. So we will leave the periaps at a 100. So we'll do app-apps. We'll do a 700-100 split on this guy too. And that should allow all of the scanners to eventually finish up the map there. So let's just go ahead and get the scanners activated. Start the scan. I should have made a hot group for this too. Oh, that's the antenna. That's the communication antenna. We can deploy this scanner, and not that it matters. This looks better when it's deployed. Start the scan. Start that scan. Start. There we go. Start that scan too. Oh, and that scan. I don't remember which ones these are, what all these are exactly called, but you can see what they are as I'm clicking over. Hopefully you can read that. Not too tiny. Yeah, there's gonna be like a crazy... Well, for one, in the new Kerbal, there's gonna be intergalactic travel, so you're gonna have more than one solar system to visit. For first of all, I mean that's the big thing, and then you're gonna have additional planets and different kinds of orbital mechanics, because there's going to be like some twin planets and other cool things. But yeah, the details on the planets look really awesome. Like they're doing some crazy awesome stuff with scatter, and yeah, they're gonna have some really beautiful alien landscapes to explore and stuff. So there shouldn't be any there should be very few places that you don't want to go. You know, like in the current Kerbal, they even joke about it in the video that they released some of this information on. They said, you know, why would you ever want to go to Dres? It's just a gray rock, you know. And that's kind of the point. They're not going to have any just plain gray rocks floating in space like they do in the current version. All going to be nice and pretty, with cool and interesting features to find and explore. So, and the reason all that brought that all up is because I just remembered about the whole anomaly thing and the things that you can find on the moon. So now that we got this guy up here with its what is this called? This guy right here, this thing. The advanced high resolution imager, we'll be able to detect anomalies. So we'll be able to have little question marks on our map there, and we'll be able to target those and aim for them and land by them and check them out. And this will be a body that we could probably easily do that on the Bun, so we'll probably visit that in a later episode. But we got to get over to this satellite now. This one's gonna do its thing, It's. I think I got everything turned on. I think. If I zoom in on the map, can I see the little thing? Yes, I can. There's a little scanning thing going on. It's scanning. Oh, and you know what's beautiful about this one too? I even got it into an orbit that will pretty much always have access to sunlight. So it should never have an issue with that. Which direction would I point that right now? Would that be retrograde? Prograde. Either way, either one would probably work great at the moment because the sun's over there. No, okay, no, that's not normal. Yeah, that's probably it. Ah, there we go. Look at all that power being generated now. We should not have any issues. Definitely no issues. Okay. Uh, yeah, let's kill that maneuver because that's done. We're not worried about that no more. And we can go over to this. Switch to. That is headed out to Memnus. After a slingshot around the moon. Okay. I feel like I want to get out of... the pole. Which way will I be going when I get out of this? Will I be going this way? I don't know. Let's just kind of warp ahead here for a second. I want to get out of orbit of, or get out of the moon's influence. That's what I'm trying to say. Let's really go here for a second. There we go. Okay, now we're moving. Okay, that's better. Still moving away. Yes, which way are we going? This way. Sweet. Okay, cool. Now we've got an actual closest approach here, which we can adjust, and I might as well do it right at the... Because for one, we can get rid of the ascending and descending node here. Get our orbit really just matched right up. We want those to be about there, right where they swap. Is where it should be close to 0. There it is. Perfect. We'll do that, and then all we're going to do is a touch of forward and backward here to get him intercept. Nice. Or meeting intercept. I don't know. What do you call that? Let's actually focus. Except we do actually want to come across the top, so we might have to roll back a little bit of our inclination adjustment there. Back forward this way. Oh, there's a impact. We don't want to impact. We want to come across the top, so... Or the bottom. The bottom would work too. So we need enough of... Okay, which way are we going here? I almost want to cancel this and start over now. Yep, kill it. Let's start again. Let's not even worry about the inclination change. Let's just do this. Because yeah, we don't. If we have the inclination change, if we don't have to worry about the inclination change, then we'll come across. Oops. What did I just adjust? Dang it. Wrong thing, probably. Gotta get it before we... Oh, we're still time warping here. Let me slow that down. Coming close to this maneuver pretty fast. I need time to fix it. Okay. Oh. Go. Ugh, dang it. You get it for a second and then you lose it. I hate that. That's the problem with these. Probably there's like a maneuver tool here. Yeah, there is a maneuver tool over here that might help if I knew how to use it better. Okay. that's actually pretty good right there. How would I use this? Do I scroll with that? There's a okay, there's a graphical thing here. Oh, I see. Scale. Oh, what happened to our thing? Do we lose our... Lost our... Oop. Ah. This is not easier. Oop. Ah, right there. Jeez. Oh, and it's perfect periapse. It's just, oh wow. I mean, look at the tiny amount of adjustment that we have to make to get this. I guess that makes sense. That's why it's so hard to do this. So much so. Okay. Minus 52 minutes. Okay, we probably want to wait till the actual maneuver node then. Or zoom up to it. Oh, and because it is such a tiny amount of adjustment here that we have to actually make. We do that, and I want to watch it from here because I want to see my orbit. Well, that's good. I want this to be a nice slow thing happening. Burn time 40 seconds. I'm good with that. At this pace. Oh, there it's coming in the... Now here's the trick. This is not going to be on the current orbit, I don't think. There we go. Did it. Perfectly. Okay, so that's why it's blinking, I think. It's because it's not on its current orbit. It's going to be like on the next orbit or something. So we probably need to be very careful. First of all, let's do a quick save, just because... You know, it's being weird, and I think this is one of the things that the quick save could be justified for fixing in case it does something stupid. but I think why it's blinking like this is because we have to go all the way around to our second orbit here, and either way, it's going to be when we're falling back towards Kerbin that we meet up. So let's just go ahead and warp to our, what is that? The apps there. Probably should be in this view, just for the... Oop, did we already pass Kerbin? Oh yeah, there it goes. There it goes. Goodbye, Kerbin. Okay, not much to see there then. Right, so there's Mimnus way over there, and we're almost at our apps, right? So we're not going to meet up with Mimnus until it comes around, and we go around for our next orbit. But I think before we go around for our next orbit, because that probably took a ton of time, before we go around for our next orbit, we should go check on the... Where is it at? The piece of debris way out in solar orbit. Where are you at? There you are. Indigo Voyage. Let's go check on the Indigo Voyage. It is... currently in a solar orbit, parked basically close to Kerbin, waiting for the upgrade to be available before it moves on to, I don't know, do we want to go up first or down? I thinking maybe down first, because if we head to Moho first, get that out of the way, then we can just move up and up to each, you know. Of course, we'll skip Kerbin because we'll be returning to Kerbin at the very end, and that's where we started from. So, but yeah, down. I think down to Moho. That'll be the course, the very distant future course of the Indigo voyage here. Our intrepid crew of, boy, I really should rename these guys so that I can pronounce their names. Just so I can pronounce them. Jeez. That would be maybe I'll have to name them after my viewers or patrons. But yeah, I think that's probably gonna be for the next one. Maybe I'll get some different names on these guys. That'd be kind of cool. Anyway, yeah, this is travel on. Thing we came to do is check on the science. We've got 223. That's not bad. Let's go ahead and transmit that. Transmit. Data's down on. We've got room for 50 data, but I don't think it's that important. I don't think it's that important. We've got so much stored data. This thing will be transmitting science for quite some time. Probably its entire solar orbit, at least, if not. Yeah, it's got enough data to last it until we eventually get to Moho and get more data. Then we'll have to figure out something else. We might need a second science module. I don't know that that works, having two science modules on the same ship, though. But anyway, Indigo voyage. We've spent enough time here. Make sure these guys aren't getting too lonely. They're keeping each other company. Their long trek. We gotta send them somebody else to hang out with there. Balance it out. We need to send another girl up there. There's two guys there and one girl, so maybe we need to balance out the crew a little bit more gender wise. So maybe if we send a pilot or something like that, it'll be a girl. And like I said, I'm definitely gonna rename these guys before the next stream. So yeah, if you want to be named, you want one of the to be one of the crew of the Indigo voyage, you know, make sure you leave a message on the post below the video, below the replay or whatever. Point being, okay, we're done here, right? Yeah, we go back to the space station and check out the total amount of science we got now that we can't spend. Because I think we've trained up absolutely everything. Double check that, but now there's two things here we could. There's a few things here we could train up, and we got some science to train it. So let's do that. Let's just unlock some more things since we can. It's this tier up here that we can't unlock until we upgrade. That's the problem, because this tier is the one that has the refueling devices, the refineries and ore storage tanks that allow you to create your own fuel for your ship off planet. And until I can get those, we can't really send the Indigo voyage on the rest of its journey, because we need to make those upgrade attachments that I always have planned for the side. That's why it has those two side docks in the positions they're in, because there is an upgrade planned for it. So let's see, what do we want the most here? Because these are 300 each, but I have 900, so I could just get bink. And I'm really not worried about these guys. I mean, if I really want to make a cool looking shuttle, if I really want to make a cool looking STO, now here's where you guys can. I'm gonna be on this for a second here, because although I think only the person here is Knock, I'm not sure, but you know, here's you guys' chance to speak up in the chat and vote, cast a vote to see whether I should do an SSTO next week or not. But if I'm gonna do an SSTO, I will definitely need these parts. I'm not even sure I can do a proper one without this particular part, but you know, we could do some aeronautics and set up a shuttle. You build a shuttle with, you know, that launches on a carrier, you know, similar to the actual shuttle, because there's shuttle parts here. The big shuttle parts, I don't think you can. Where is big? These are the big. Yeah, there's the big shuttle parts too. You even do a big shuttle, with a big lifter thing, similar to the old NASA shuttle. I could do that. And if you're interested in that, speak now. Speak now, forever hold your peace. Otherwise, I'm taking these other three, and then we'll worry about this way down the road. Way down the road. If you want to see it sooner, speak now. I'll give you guys a few seconds here. I'm going to tab out and check my other chat over here to see. Oh, and views. Wow, views are very low today. That's sad. Sad. So sad. Alright, well, hopefully we'll get lots of replays in the future. Who knows? But back to the mission at hand, which was to... Let's check our... you know what we should do? Now that some time has passed... I don't think much time has passed, has it? For... Well, you know, I really should rename these two, so I rename each one of these so I know which one's which. So let's just do that real quick. Let's add the body that they are around so that we know which one's which. Where's the planet thing? What's it orbiting? What is this orbiting? Oh, it's not orbiting anything yet. Oh, that's good that we got back to it. I almost forgot. We didn't get this in orbit of Mimnus yet. I almost failed the whole mission there. Holding pieces confusedly. Yeah, I guess yeah. I don't know. I guess it depends on what sounds like more interesting missions to you guys. Well, hopefully next week I'll be able to actually unlock that last tier, and we'll be able to build the ship that's going to upgrade the Indigo Voyage so that it can continue its journey. Hopefully. That's the plan, anyway. Alright, we should probably focus on Mimnus. Where's Mimnus? Way over there. Oh, that's right. This thing has to go all the way around again. Okay, so let's go to right. There's no Mimnus there. Okay, let's go to right here. Okay, let's just warp manually. That's gonna be the thing that needs to happen. Oh, it's gonna pass by the Mun again. The Mun! You're foiling my plans, Mun! Oh, jeez. How can we avoid this? Look at that. Mun's getting in the way. We'll just have to add a maneuver here and fix it again. Dang it. Oh, maybe that was the... Okay, can I do something right here and fix it? I kill that. I go. Well, I've already. Okay, that's right. The things are. Okay, already prograde. Does this make it worse or better? Is anything even happening? I have control. I'm time warp. That's why. Oh, but now we're not. Okay, interesting. So if I time warp, the moon interferes. If I don't time warp, it doesn't. That's interesting. Why does it say that I'm gonna interact with Mimnus right now? That doesn't seem right. Not warp so hard. Okay. It's so weird. Mimnus is not gonna come around. No. Now we're back into having this stupid interaction again. Okay. Actually, probably radial out will fix this. Maybe. That's not working. That's making it worse. Radial in. I got that thruster turned way down. Yeah, that's better. Oh, that's worse. Worse yet. That put me. That puts me in a kick out of the. Okay. Retrograde? There we go. Ah! That's better. We got it fixed. Okay, can't make that any better right now. Although that's actually pretty good. I think we're back to meeting Memnus. Okay, let's go look at Memnus. Meeting Memnus at oh, that's yeah. We'll fix that here in a minute. We'll fix that after we get past the Mun potential encounter here. Okay, so let's go warp to about there. We are still just okay. Oh, we would eventually encounter the Mun again if we. Of course we will. Okay, so what kind of maneuver do we need? Forward. Let's try the maneuver thing here again. Let's turn this way down. Because we're trying to make pretty precise maneuvers. That's actually good. That's exactly what we want. Right there. Just a tiny bit prograde. Tiny bit prograde. That will do it. Now get us back to our perfect intercept again. Okay, cool. Cool. Alright, so it didn't throw us off too badly. Let's warp to that. So prograde when we get there. Well, that should be prograde. Is that not prograde? Okay. Guess it's over this way. It's working anyway. We're gonna get our intercept exactly where we want. Oh, right there actually is even better than. There we go. Gotta get a nice polar orbit eventually. And that looks pretty good. Alright, now it's probably safe to warp to about right here. Let's watch the happen. Oof. We watch the mun spin around Kerbin down below us now. Trying to get up to meet Mimnus, which should be coming around. Is that it there? Oop, can't even. Oh, there's Kerbin over there again. Where's there? Yeah, it's coming. That's it, right there, coming around. Here she comes. Oh. Go. We're in its influence now. Noise. Oh, something we can do. What can we do? We can infrared telescope. Transmit that data. Cool. All right. Not that this maneuver is super necessary, but just gonna check here. Now, what this doesn't do is it doesn't get us in a good orbit for solar power. And also, there's another ScanSat that's already in a lower orbit that's probably not in it. It says advanced. I don't believe it though. I don't believe it. It's not as advanced as the Gen 3. But we want to be like in a different kind of orbit than that. Eventually. Make those adjustments. But that'll get us into an orbit that's close to what we want. Close-ish. And that's going to be retrograde burn. In one hour. Okay, we're definitely not waiting an hour or whatever. So just zoom ahead. Get ready for this. Oh, you know what? We might want to take it all the way down to an impact. Because it's time to ditch the transfer stage. And we still have fuel in it. Interesting. Did I? No, I did not think to leave a docking port on it, because I could, if I was gonna leave it in orbit and it had a docking port on it, then yeah, it might be worth leaving for some fuel for some future mission. Oh, you know what we need to do? We need to undo our thrust limit. We are still retrograde, and I'm 12 seconds. I mean, we are still a bit out from the node, but it doesn't really matter. We can actually just kill that maneuver now and just bring this down to a nice 100 meters ish. Actually, you know what? That's bad. I just realized that's not what we want at all. We want, if we're gonna have a 100 meter periapse, that needs to be like, the periapse needs to be over the equator. If that makes any, if that makes any sense. So let's fix our rotation while we're right here at the apoapse. Would been faster to go the other way, but we're committed now. Oh, that's close. That feels right. Yeah, that feels really right. Okay, cool. Now we want to go prograde because we want to put that periaps up to around 700 as well. Because there we go. And then we want to go to right about here. Or no, wait, it would be right about there, or warp to there. We're going to go retrograde when we get there, and then we'll drop that Apple apps. Now that it's more close to the equatorial. Yeah. So yeah, probably not going to be any big booms in this one, I don't think, because we're just manipulating satellites mostly. And after I get this one into the proper orbit and start its scanning process, then we still have to launch 2 more. Well, actually 4 more technically, because we're going to send 2 to the Eve system and 2 to the Duna system. By system, I mean planet with moon. We're going to have 1 on the planet and 1 on the moon. Scanning, that is. And it might not be a bad idea to like throw a high altitude communication satellite, you know, in the each one of those systems too. Let's get this down to just under, just. Okay, perfect. I like that. Okay. That seems polar enough to me. And I will turn all the scans on now. Of course, that one's just deploy scanner. We're not actually doing a scan with it. Start this visual scan. Start all these scans because this is a combination. The multispectral scanner. And I already did that. Start the scan of the radar. There's still there's one other one. Start this scan. Oh. Nope, not CurbNet. Resource. What? Oh, there it is. Start the scan. Start that scan. There's also analyze data on these. So that's actually another bit of science that I think I can get with these real quick. So if I like analyze the data, maybe it's because I haven't actually got any data yet. Maybe I gotta wait for that to happen. Either that I've already done this. I analyze that data. Maybe I don't know. I think probably what I probably really have to do is wait till I get more data on it. You know, I need to check something. I don't think. Oh, I did. Look at that. I did. I put a control core in there. So now that this is in its proper orbit, we got. Hey, here's the big. Here's the big fun part. We do get to smash something. And that is going to be... See, that's my decoupler. So I can technically go ahead and decouple that. Switch over to that. Just gonna activate its engine. Now, did that drastically alter its orbit? Not that much, no. Now, switch back to the, oops, not time warp. Switch back to this thing. Oh, it doesn't have hardly any control. It's a very, very rudimentary control core. Okay, so just go this way for a second. Get away from that. And we want to find retrograde. Well, that doesn't help. Okay, no, there we go. Retrograde. Sure that's working. Okay, there we go. Collision course. Collision course set. Self-destruct via impact of celestial body. Should slow down automatically when I get close to the surface, right? Where'd it go? There it is, below me. Here she comes. Could take a minute. It's kind of falling really slow. Falling really slow. It's gonna like feel like it speeds up really fast at the end though. If I don't slow down. Ooh, here she comes. Here comes that minty green surface. Build a little anticipation for the boom. Plus if I go too fast it won't look very good. It should slow down automatically. Yes, it does. Nice. Here she goes. Oh yeah, times one. Oh, she's gonna. Oh yeah, she's gonna scrape good. Boom. Oop, parts gone flying. What is that? Oh, there it goes. It's destroyed. All gone. Alright, back to this tracking station here. A tracking station? I think we're done tracking stuff. Everything's in orbit and the scans have started. Oh, I was going to rename these. Okay, that was the other thing we needed to do. Yeah, we got a little bit of boom booms. Okay, so this is Kerbal. Let's find our probe core right there, and then configure vehicle naming. All right, we don't want it to be a relay. We want it to be 3 Kerbal. Done. We don't want it to be called a relay. We want it to be called... Actually, maybe we do want it to be called a relay. I mean, it sort of is. It doesn't have the very best antenna, I think. Or maybe it does. Well, I think there's one better above the one that this one has, I believe. Antenna-wise. Wouldn't be a probe either, so I guess relay is appropriate. Maybe it would be a probe. Called a probe. Yes. Alright. So that should now show up as a probe. Yep. Oh no, wait. Where's it at? No. There it is. Gen 3 Kerbal probe. Right, it's a slightly different thing than that. Okay, good. Yeah, it calls a lot of things relays that I would really probably consider probes more often. Oh, that's right. We gotta switch to the moon. We gotta zoom in. We gotta find the Gen 3. Switch to that. There we go. Rename this one. Configure naming vessel. First we'll call it a probe. And just call this one Mun. Accept. Map. Switch to this one. Alright, last one. Then we can go launch some more things. Of course, they're going to be these things. So we might have to reconfigure the vessel a little bit, though, to get them to our destinations. But probably not too much. You see how much fuel we had left over in that transfer stage. It might be enough to get us to both up and down in the solar system to our other potential places we need to go. Oh, what am I doing here? I'm renaming the vessel. That's right. Okay, probe. I'll call it Minus. Oh, I'm like Minmus. Dang it. I always do that, except that. Never. Why do I always do that? Okay. I think I got it. Alright, there we go. Back to space station. Now, of course, that one that's in orbit of Minmus is the one that's going to get us the most money, I believe. We look again at our contracts. It's a lot easier looking here. Look again at our contracts. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 Minmus. Oh, we do need to have a satellite out in solar orbit too to get that. To get those comets detected. Although, wait, oh, okay, I was looking at this one. 7% right now, already at 3% there, and already at 3% there. Good. Well, that's gonna happen. Unfortunately, we still haven't gotten our Explore Minmus completed. It just makes no sense to me because we saved that guy in orbit of Minmus. And that's 2 vessels, right? That's 2 vessels docked. And we rendezvoused. We counted it, the rendezvous counted, but the docking portion of that mission didn't count for some reason, even though we put a dock on his capsule and docked. I'm guessing that because it was just a capsule with a dock on it, it didn't count as an actual vessel because it didn't have all the other things a vessel would have, I suppose. Fuel tanks and an engine, and well, obviously it had the control because it was a cargo, or was whatever. It's whatever. But anyway, didn't count, so that's still on our list. And because we broke our satellite that we put in orbit of Eve, this one is not completing. Obviously the high resolution resource and visual scan, but not the altimetry because we broke the altimetry scanner. Do you recall last stream? So we gotta send a new one anyway. But we also got Gilly. Gilly is the moon around Eve. So maybe we should send the Eve one first. That's also going to depend on whether or not it's in a good transfer window. Maybe we should check that. Too bad I don't have a Sentinel on, or do I have a Sentinel on the thing? Maybe I do. I think I do. Let's go turn it on before I forget, because that could be happening. We could be doing that mission right now. So let's quickly go visit the Indigo Voyage again. Let's fly. Since it is in a solar orbit, and I do believe it does. I do believe that it does have, in fact. Oh, no, it does not have an infrared telescope on it. Dang it. Okay, well, we'll definitely have to remember to include one of those in the upgrade. It has everything but. It has like all the science equipment but that. Which is sad because that would have actually added to the science that it could have collected and put into the data of the science module. So, well, of course it could transmit it back too. But, yeah, guess we aren't doing that. Okay, never mind. Back here. It was a good thought. I thought for sure that I put one. I had thought about putting one in there when I was building it, but I guess I ended up not doing it because I didn't have a good place to put it and make it look good. Ah, the things we sacrifice for aesthetics. Alright, we never did spend our points, and yeah, no one really seemed to care one way or the other, so here we go. We're just going to get some bigger tanks. A couple more pieces that we probably won't use very much, although maybe that girder. The quadcoupler, possibly? We'll see. We'll try it. We'll try to use it at some point. But this one we'll definitely use. Not that one. This one we'll definitely use. The Airstream, the even bigger protective shell for some even larger, more awkward loads that we can put into orbit. And, you know, that require that. And we're going to be doing that. What is this thing? Flags. Flags. Kleptron in line. That could be interesting. Anyway, we'll get all that. There we go. We've spent the 900 science points that we got. And, you know, we will likely end up unlocking those aerodynamic ones too. The aerodynamic stuff as well before we actually end up upgrading the science thing, because we'll probably get the science before we get the money. Unless it's so tempting to upgrade this so we can get some more missions. Because if we look at what's available, plant a flag on Memnus. No. Rescue. We always can do more rescues. We definitely would like to have more rescues. Build a new orbital station around Memnus. The problem with all these new orbital stations and stuff like that is I really don't want to do that because we already have the Indigo Voyage, and I really don't want to make another second big construct thing in space. And if you take one of these missions, you have to launch something new in order to complete the objective. Though, when I do go to upgrade the Indigo Voyage, I will probably take as many of these station things as I can, because that'll be a fresh launch. And as long as the two pieces that go onto the Indigo Voyage, combined with whatever vessel that I use to get them there, match the requirements of the mission at the time, to build whatever station, or yeah, so that could be a thing. That could be a thing, but not today. But repair satellite orbiting Memnus. I would like to be able to take this, take the high resolution ScanSat surveys of Duna, because we need to go there and we're about to send something there, but I can't because I got too many other missions right now. Sad. Unless I upgraded this. It's like 500,000. It's like $500,000. A little more than $500,000. Would be. I don't know if that would be a setback or not, though, because I could take a lot more missions. I could take all the missions, in fact, that are available to me at any given time. Just all of them. Yeah. And then we could be working on things like this. I have no idea how that one works. Anyway, point being, I don't know. I'm him-hawing about whether or not I should upgrade the mission control before we get too much further along. Oh, duh! I totally lost track of what I was supposed to be doing. Not this yet. Not this yet. Because we need to see which mission we're going to be sending first by going into the tracking station and checking where Duna and okay, so Duna and Eve are currently, well, Eve is ahead, and that's bad. that's pretty bad for an Eve mission. Because Eve, we want it to be behind by some amount. in orbit. So yeah, it won't be. It is like about as bad as it possibly could be to go to Eve right now. So let's send one to Duna, because that's actually not too bad. Though it's a little early to send one to Duna, but I think we can make it work. Let's see, 100 degrees. Yeah, it's only just a little early. And in fact, if we leave the facility for a second, let me check something here. There is a feature in Kerbal. There it is, the alarm clock. Now, if I create an alarm, planetary transfer window. Oh, I change. Oh, here we go. Eve to Duna. It says we're 205 days from a transfer window. Oof. Now if I say to Eve, we're 330 days from a transfer window to Eve. I'm actually going to add an alarm for that right now. Because we are definitely going to want to send another mission to Eve. And we've got 330 days to figure out what that mission's going to be. Obviously, we need to send a satellite, but maybe we'll send some extra stuff with it. Maybe we'll send a lander as well. That could be interesting. And lander, 2 satellites, a lander, maybe some other things in a large mission to Eve, possibly with a return vessel and some Kerbals as a crew. Could even maybe meet up with the Indigo Voyage and potentially do it like that. Of course, that would change my whole plan with the Indigo Voyage from going to Moho first. That could still happen. We'll see. But anyway, we got a transfer alarm for Eve. Now, 220 days. That seems like a long time for a transfer window for Duna. Would I be bad? Would it be super bad to go ahead and send one now and just kind of force the encounter? That's a good question. Because, like I said, like if I trust this, and I don't see any reason why not to, planetary transfer. If I trust this, yeah, we've got 205 days to wait before we can even send our mission. And that seems like a very long time to wait. So let's not. So I'm not going to even worry about that alarm. We're gonna launch it. Let's do it. Let's see what happens. Worst case scenario, it takes a lot longer to get into a Duna orbit than it would have, I guess, if I would have waited, or just time warped ahead. And the reason I don't want to time warp ahead is because that would max out our science labs, and we'd get this massive influx of science that would be a little disproportionate to the amount of effort that we're putting forth. We got to keep moving the space program along. We can't just skip over big portions of time where no development and launches happen. We got to get some launches happen. So in that effort, let's open the Gen 3. There it is. ScanSat Gen 3. Let's load it up. And because we don't need actually, we do need the third satellite. I just realized. We do need the third satellite because we need to leave one in solar orbit. Because of the, yeah, that thing. Telescope. Okay, so this one doesn't need any particular modification. Now the question is do we have enough power in our transfer stage to get over there, to get to Duna? That is the question. I guess we can check that. So 300. Oh, that can't be right. 3,000. That can't possibly be right. What? Yeah, what? Okay, yeah, that. And then that. Oh, that's totally not the correct amount. Interesting. Well, maybe it is with all 3 satellites. I don't know. Well, it doesn't seem correct, though. Let's just try this, though. Remove that medium tank there and put the large one. Largest one we got. And I wonder if that'll be enough. Right there. That should probably do it. It just doesn't seem right, though. That does not seem accurate. Oh, I know why it's not seem. Okay, because if we go click that, what do we got to do? This thing, and then we click this, and then we go vacuum. There we go, 2,500. That's what I'm talking about. So yeah, that's what it would be in space, not that other number. So this is the ISP of the lower engine, because that is it's at sea level. But yeah, anyway, okay, so yeah, that's good. Okay, that explains why the numbers don't seem to add up. Now, what is we need? So if we combine those two numbers, was it 2,500 plus the 3,300 total would be like 6,000 total, and that should be more than enough. Looking at our delta V, 6,000 total to get to where are we going? Duna. There it is. So 900 plus 130 plus 220, and then we got to do some maneuvers inside of the system. Of course, each individual rocket or each individual satellite will have a certain amount of delta V that it'll be able to work with once it gets there. So that's not a problem. That's not a problem at all. That should get us there. I feel like I've given this enough thought. What do you guys think? It's ScanSat Gen 3. We're going to call this Duna. And I think that's good, because once it gets to Duna, then one of them will be named Duna, and then the other one will be named whatever. What is it, Ike? It's going around Duna? Anyway. Here we go. Let's say, is it that? I didn't really need to save that, because I did make one change. I changed that tank. I guess that makes a difference. Alright, let's launch this. Alright, I don't see any reason why not to. Satellites, yeah, we're good. I don't see any reason why not to. Launch. I think we're not going to be doing the Eve mission today. Let's see, what time is it? Oh yeah, we're definitely not going to be doing the Eve mission today. In fact, what the flip? What the flip? You see this? Okay, something wrong with this. What was going on there? But there was something wrong with it. Good thing it didn't blow up. Don't remember that being a problem the first time I launched. Okay. We've got a ton of... I mean, look, there's struts. How was that even happening with all the struts? And I guess there's not like an insane amount of struts, but there's struts. I don't know how that was even happening. Yeah, that should not be able to happen. Interesting. Okay. I don't see why I did that. Okay, well, I guess we just try and launch it again. I feel like I should do something to try and strut this better, but I don't know what. I've already got struts coming from all kinds of crazy. And it's strutted as good as I can strut it. Alright. Let's just put it out there again for see if it does it again, I guess. That was super odd that it would even do that. Maybe I should turn the SAS on right away. Think that'll help? Do that. Just turn the SAS on right away. Oh, no. Look. It's doing it again. How? Why? What the heck? How are the struts just letting that happen? That is just crazy. That's not supposed to happen. I don't get it. Jeez. I'm not wasting any money, at least, I don't think. Yeah, I mean, it's not an expensive vessel to launch in the first place. What is going on with this stuff? Okay. Alright, well, obviously, the struts aren't, I don't... There we go. Did that do anything but more? I don't know. Trying to get as many struts in there as I possibly can. I mean, one would expect that not move, you know? I feel like that should not move now. Maybe. Launch? I don't know. I just need to get it so that it doesn't wobble like that. And I can launch it. I'm not even worried about like trying to get the perfect launch window or anything. Okay, is it gonna come on? No. No. Why? This was not an issue with the previous version of this. What the heck? I changed one thing on it and this is what I get. I mean, there's no way I could launch it like this. Right? That would be just no. Okay. We gotta do some. I guess I gotta redesign something here. Well, I did just get those new things. What are they called? Oh, dang it. Okay, done. All right, let's fix this. Let's fix this for real. All right. First of all, I've gotta. First of all, I gotta wonder what was my core part here. It's probably something on the satellite. Yeah, something in the satellite here, I think. Is that the core part? No. Oh, maybe one of the upper satellite. Anyway, point being, let's delete the fairing. Delete the fairing. Get rid of all these struts because they're obviously not working. Okay. Let's see if we can tear this apart. Okay, there's a satellite. There's a satellite. Oh, interesting. What is the core part here? Is it the fairing? The fairing is the core part. Okay. Well, that's good. Then we can... Oops. No. Undo that. We can just pull that side as a satellite and take it off. Okay, we can take that all off. We don't need that thing off by itself. Alright. And then... let's remove... well, actually, no, we'll need that. But what I want to do is... put... I could do stages, but the thing is that thing's much bigger than a stage. What I want to do is I want to put 2 of these down. Like this. Alright, like that. But then I'm going to rotate them. I think... about 45, yeah. And then maybe what I'll do is instead of having this guy, oops, maybe I'll start with oh, maybe not the little one, maybe I'll start with like this, and then I will then have the decoupler. That's a decoupler, yes. And then I will have this guy on here, right? But at the same time, I can do... where's my new long part? Oh, I didn't pay for it. Buy it. We're about to use it. That's actually probably... I probably shouldn't buy the parts until I actually need them. Yeah. Oop, oop, come on. Get on there. There it goes. That was glitchy. Rotate that. That will go right past. Yeah, it will. That'll go right past our things. Would I be better off with the beam? Is the beam longer? Is it more? It's the same weight. Same weight. Can we purchase that one? Let's see. Is that longer? Look, it's about the same length, really. But I think I want to use it because it's a little bit. Come on, get on there. I want to use it because it's a little slimmer. Rotate. And then also I'm going to move it a little. Out and down. So it looks like it's kind of intersecting there. And then I'm going to strut this too. I'm going to go struts from... probably need to... yeah, I probably want to be from the main part up to about there. That's good. Alright, and then we can put like... these things all the way up. Like that. And hopefully this will now... I go from the top of these. Strut right over to this. That's not what I wanted. I do want to actually hit the body part. Go right there. That looks pretty good. And then I can do a few more of these going down through, and that should greatly increase the structural integrity of all of this. I should have put this lower. There. Oh, that's okay. Do this one. I also want to come up from here too and go to there. And then I'll do the similar thing from here to there. Will that even work? Will not. It'll probably attach to the middle part, but that's okay. I like that. That's fine. That is fine. And this one has nothing going to it. Can I get from? No. We just tried that a second ago and didn't work. Or if I come up to here? Nope. Well, what I'll do is I'll go from whatever part I attach to here. Then go from there to here. Okay, I feel like that's going to hold it. I hope. I hope. Okay, let's build the fairing. Build the fairing, and hopefully it will not. Yeah, that'll work. Nope. I need to make the fairing bigger than that anyway. Okay, good. Okay. Slightly bigger. And up as much as I can. There we go. If that works. Yes, that works. Okay, there we go. What do you guys think? Is this gonna be a limp, floppy thing when I put it on the launch pad again? I hope not. This better work. All right. Save that. Oh, you know what else we need to do? We need to put a control core in our transfer stage because we're gonna want to smash it on the surface of Duna or whatever afterwards. Let's fix that real quick. One. I really should save this as a separate thing, so that because I can always use it in the same thing. And I hate to spend the extra just to get those. Okay, no, we want the cheapy one. Which is cheapest? This is the cheapest one. Actually, we want this one because it at least has retrograde and prograde. We don't care about the rest. There we go. Retrograde and prograde is all we really need. And then we want, of course, we want that. Some battery. This is pretty standard for my control core. We want 2 batteries and 2 antennas. Is that whole thing upside down? I hope not. 2 antenna. Yep, there we go. We put that on there, and then we just move it to the middle of the tank. I don't really feel like it takes up that much mass. I know it's clipping and all that, but it doesn't take up that much mass in there. Or volume, I should say, is really the term that I should have used there. Anyway, that should do it. Let's save that now and launch it and watch it, see how floppy it is. Please don't flop. Please don't flop. I need to get this. I need to get this launched and headed to Duna. Okay. Solid. Nothing flopping. Some minor wiggling going on. Pretty good. Turn SAS on. It increases the wobble or the wiggle just a little bit, the vibration. harmonic, whatever, of the wheels spinning, of all the wheels of all the things spinning. Okay. Question is did we get our staging right? Not even remotely close to correct here. What's going on here? What is this? Let's recover that. Yeah. Okay. No wobble. We're good there. Let's recover that. Let's fix our staging and then put it out, because I want the staging to be correct in the save, so that if I ever come load it again, I don't have to think about it a second. I don't have to realize that my staging's all messed up. So let's go fix that, and then we'll relaunch it, and then we'll be good to go for our mission. Hopefully. Hopefully. Alright, so staging. This is all messed up. Alright, so, well, first of all, we need to move the whole thing up a little bit, because our engines are now down in the floor. There we go, that's better. This is just, that's to be the very first stage. And then I don't even know what this decoupler is. What is this decoupler? Okay, it's that up there. That should be the last thing that happens. And then we have all these engines that are the various engines in there. These need to be like off in their own group, because that will happen like right for that, maybe. So they probably happen very last, even after that, yeah. And then this decoupler and this engine, yes, those go together. Then we have our fairing releases earlier. Yeah, that's by itself as soon as we get into space. And then we have these two go off along with all of our parachutes. That's actually fine. I don't know that the actual suborder matters in each one of these stages, but if it does, we definitely want the parachutes to happen before the engine and the decoupling happens. So that should do. That should do. Let's save that now. One more time onto the pad. Hopefully this is the last time we put it out there. Now, in theory, if we were going to go straight for Duna, we need to leave Kerbin going that way being towards the top of the screen in this with this perspective. Yeah, so we would want to leave, like, if we were like trying to go for a regular orbit, we would want to leave like sometime. We would probably want to launch like sometime close to the sunset. Where are we actually at right now? Wow, actually right where we're at right now. Okay, cool, sweet. This is actually a perfect time to launch, I think, into an orbit type scenario. SAS on. Throttle to full. 3, 2, 1, go. Here we go. Let's find out if this is gonna work. Oof, our thrust to weight ratio is kind of low on that first stage at this point. Wasn't expecting that. That's probably because I put this bigger tank here and added that weight from all that scaffolding and stuff in there too. That made the fairing slightly bigger, which is more weight. Yeah, it all adds up, you know. Well, I'd love to go for a tip but I'm really concerned about that payload being so large. So I probably should wait till at least 20K before I even think about it. Uh, 15 maybe? Maybe we can get away with it at 15K. Basically, as soon as this little indicator goes into the light blue in the atmosphere there, we are pretty good to go prograde. Very little air resistance at this point. So that's not going to tip us too much. Keep an eye on our Apple apps. We probably want to keep this, I want to stop right at 70 because we're, the type of thing we're trying to do. We're trying to slingshot, kind of like go right out of Kerbin's sphere of influence, like straight out. So let's physics warp up a bit. So we're about T minus 30. Because we want our Apo apps, or not, we want our Peri apps to go up on this side of the planet. Not, you know, so. Well, this will be interesting. This stage is going to definitely going to have a not the expected arc that or not the expected reentry that I was or not the reentry I was expecting. Words are not working for me very well today. Okay, so let's stage it again and keep firing. Wrong thing. There we go. What? Oh, we're in time warp. That's what's up. Like, what's going on? Prograde. Oh, this would be a great time for physics warp. Maybe we should have left here. That way we could have went. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we'll just get it up into an orbit and then we'll go around once. As soon as we get to... That's good. In an orbit. Can we switch to the other vessel again? No, we cannot. But we want to switch to that. Because you guys want the booms, because it's probably going to boom. Oh, good. We're not actually in the atmosphere yet. Cool. Retrograde. There you guys go. You guys get to see if this because this is going to hit pretty hard. I think we're probably going to lose a couple engines like usual because we don't have enough drag, basically. when we're re-entering. Oh yeah, look at that overheat. Oh yeah, we're totally gonna lose some engines. Boom! Boom! Is it just gonna be 2 this time? It's usually just 2. I've got to figure that out. Maybe air brakes. Air brakes would probably do it. But like as soon as those 2 engines go, then the drag to weight ratio is enough to, you know. Yeah, you got some booms there. Some booms. That's pretty typical though. It's been consistent. Like the last 3 or 4 times I've launched this configuration, 2 out of the 7 engines blow up on landing. Okay, now we can speed it up, sure. Because although I'm really happy that I changed the altitude that the parachutes deploy, so that makes this little portion a little less time consuming, waiting for it to do the final landing, splashdown or whatever. But yeah, we'll recover this. Get a little bit of our monies back. Recover this. Oh, hey, Darkfire. you made it in time for some booms. You did. All right, next. Good, got a little bit of our money's back. All right, let's go fly the rest of the vessel and get it to Duna. Maybe. Let's see. It's probably good that I just got into a regular old orbit too. Duna. Fly. I got a regular old orbit, I guess. Yeah, I guess it is. A little higher than what I would be ideal, but I think. All right, let's look at our thing, and we'll figure things out. All right, so we need to go up to Duna. So to go up, we want to go out of Kerbin like this. Oof, what is that? 1,000. What do we got? 1,500. It's not too bad. It's kind of close, but all right. Probably let's set our target here so we can kind of see what's going on. So when I'm there, Duna's gonna be there. Oof, yeah, this is definitely not the right time to leave for Duna. Okay, so if we might need to. All right, okay, let's check something here. I'm into the maneuver node here. Can I get you to switch? There we go. Oh, that's possibly I go a little further out. Yeah, every day ahead is a little closer, isn't it? Okay, so yeah, that 200 and some days to the transfer window is probably not too inaccurate. So I'm thinking maybe this is just going to be parked in orbit and for another 200 some days. Let's create an alarm. And it's gonna be what? Who? Manual alarm? No. Maneuver. No. No. Planetary transfer window. There we go. Thank you. To Duna. And we will add an alarm. It is a few days less than the last time we looked, so that does track. I think. I think that tracks. So there we go. This is not going to get transferred to Duna for 200 some days. And it's just going to have to be that way because otherwise it's going to be really hard. It's going to be really hard to get there. We would have to spend a lot more fuel than we have. We don't have a drastic amount of extra to do the capture and stuff like that. So, also we have to capture two, or maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, point being is we don't have enough fuel in this vessel to do it unless we wait for that window to be a lot closer. A lot closer. Okay, so that being said, and the time that it is right now, we are at the 2-hour mark. I think since we got this up here, and it's going to have to be a future, or way down the future mission for this to go there. For now, we're going to go back to the Space Center. We're going to wrap this up. We're going to check in on some missions, mission statuses. Yeah. We'll do a quick wrap up here. I think I am going to have to make another investment, even though it's going to slow us down to get into that science, but I think I'm going to have to make another investment. Active missions. How far have we gotten? 7%. Okay, we haven't progressed very much on these at all. That is probably because we haven't sped through time very much. But I think I'm going to have to make a big sacrifice here and go upgrade to mission control. Did it. I spent it. Okay, we're back down to 1.3 million. Dang it. We're even further from our goal than when we started this stream. But I can take this now, right? Yes, I can. And I can rescue Rosby. We're going to grab that mission. That'll be for another time. And we can build a new orbital station around Mimus. What's this? Mobile processing lab. Stand by for 10 seconds. Just check in here, see what this... 5? Kerbal's mobile processing lab. We're going to take it because some point in the future we'll do it. We'll repair this satellite in orbit of Mimus. We'll do that too. We could take all of it. We could plant a flag on Mimus. We could take all these missions now. Yes, just take them all. Clear them all. We'll accept all the missions. And that'll get us some more money. It did. Look, it gave us some startup, some initiating funds for all that. So we're back up to 1.7. It was almost... That's almost what we invested into mission control to upgrade it. Almost. Yeah. Yeah, it is. It totally is. So that was like a wash. But now we have the advantage of having all those extra missions that we can be working on at any given time. But guys, I thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to help out the channel. Ring the bell if you want to know when I'm streaming. And I will be back later this afternoon with something new. I'm going to leave it at that. You guys will have to check out what's going to be up there. And you're welcome to join us. If you are on the Discord, you'll know a little bit about what's going to be going on for the afternoon stream. But I'm going to leave it as a surprise. Until then, until next week, I will catch you later.